to one company, that's OKH Global. Okay. Earlier on, we started by giving you a preview of where the market is. This is a company that just had a reverse takeover. The share price essentially has gone up quite a fair bit, okay, from 25 cents to 58.5 cents. Yesterday, it went up even further to 71 cents. So it has done pretty well despite a market correction, okay? And the market cap right now is about 400 million. A lot of things in this company exemplify what's going on, okay, and can be different from the traditional old companies, okay, since a lot of the better listed companies are going to be delisted. If you look further, you notice that OKH was previously an RTO company, okay? And in RTO companies, that means you actually reverse the company. That means the operations of property development. In RTO, the key is that the RTO company prospects are good first, okay, before they are injected into the listed company.
So when you review OKH 9 months report, right, what is the most significant thing you see in the P&L? Well, anybody? Yes, correct. You notice, right? The profits actually was affected by this loss from a continuing operations of 1/million. Now, of course, this discontinued operations has ceased, and this year, going forward, the losses will not continue, right? So actually, the underlying profit is stronger, correct? Yep, correct. Now, if we move on, right, to the next point on the cash flow, that's the key basis that we emphasize, right? Now, what is the key thing that's significant to you guys? Yes, correct. You notice, right, that the cash flow actually is stronger than actually warranted, right? The net profits was actually 9.6 million, but it actually registered negative cash flow before changes in working capital of negative 5.3 million because of this negative goodwill of 16.3 million, correct? Yes. Now, if you do not peruse through the P&L, or rather the cash flow, we would not be able to decipher this negative goodwill. So what is this negative goodwill? Well, yes, that's a good question. I was waiting for this question from you guys. Now, what is positive goodwill? Positive goodwill is whatever you overpay for an asset, correct? Now, in this case, negative goodwill would mean that actually they had a very good purchase for some of the assets they bought. Isn't that so? Now, isn't this a strong point for OKH? You see, ladies and gentlemen, when you peruse through a company, now the P&L is more important or the cash flow is more important? Now, I think most market analysts have missed the picture because they only tend to concentrate on the P&L. Whereas in this case for OKH, if you look at the cash flow, it actually tells you even more, has a greater understanding of the company than just the P&L. Would you agree?
Okay, people still think that OKH is a contractor. Actually, it's not. Okay, if you read further, look at the balance sheet, the next part. 250 million worth of properties. Okay, so and he has actually improved over the years, right? Okay, then the next question is, what is the total borrowings? Okay, now, the total borrowings ideally should be coming down. But if it's going up for an acquisition, okay, we always analyze whether it is a good cause. When a company's gearing ratio is high, that's the first thing you watch, okay? But in OKH case, it is because they are undertaking development properties of this magnitude, okay? In this case, the gearing, if you use on an equity basis, is high. But if you use 150 million divide by 250 million worth of assets, it's about 60% borrowing. Actually, the company has the foresight. They have actually tied up with this fund management company called Pan Asia Logistics. Okay, develop more warehouses and more logistics assets. Okay, hopefully, because of this news, everybody is thinking that it could be the next CWT.